TV1 special presentation.
Hi, I'm Tavis, Smiley, and welcome to the 9th Annual State of the Black Union. Dick Gregory. Give Dick Gregory some love. I love Dick Gregory. Love me some Dick Gregory. Yeah, Dick Gregory.
Let me say this. Thank you. I didn't come up in a civil rights family. Didn't nobody teach me that. I thought everything was okay. I didn't get it at home. And when I heard it at home, I heard it from some ignorant part of you. Is these redneck, uneducated, pot-belly crackers that create the problem. And at 9 years old, I say, since when that type of white boy determined public policy? You don't have to tell me about Bush. When I see him on TV, I say to my grandchildren, if he was alive, he'd be a sick man. But my mama was so busy teaching me about the devil, I'm a grown man before I found out the beauty of God. Huh? I don't need to talk about the filth. The filth speaks for itself. For itself. And I say thanks to the two most powerful folks in the history of America, the black woman and the black church. That's, huh? And I never knew how smart that black woman was till I look at my wife Lillian. That didn't make it. It was when Kobe Bryant got in that mess. You remember? They accused Kobe Bryant of raping a white woman, and he went home and bought his wife a $4 million diamond ring. Let me tell you something. If a white woman accused me of raping her, and I go and give my wife a $4 million diamond ring, she'll go get 2 more white women. Y'all heard me, right? Because she got enough sense. She got enough sense to know wherever that ring came from, there's a matching necklace and bracelet. Oh.
Dick Gregory. Dick Gregory.
Oh, man.
There is a reason why our artists are the freest people among us, because in their music, in their poetry, and in their comedy, they speak to us in ways that we get it. Richard Pryor, one of the freest Negroes ever to walk the face of the planet. And Dick Gregory, that's what it means to be a free black man. Give Dick Gregory some love. Our conversation on the 9th Annual State of the Black Union continues.
When we talk about race, we don't talk about race. We talk about what Al Sharpton looked like, the color of his skin. I don't care about the color of someone's skin or their gender. I want to talk about the issues that put so many of our children behind because we put them in schools that don't have resources. I want to talk about the criminal justice system. If we're going to have a conversation about race in America, let it not be a superficial conversation that get the press all worked up about talking about someone's oratorical skills when you and I both know. Even if you can't speak, or if you cannot wear good-looking clothes, let's make sure that child has a decent education, a place to call home. Let's make sure their parents have jobs and we have a living wage. Sometimes we talk about these issues and we just lightly cover over them because we all know if we got into the real conversation about race, Black History Month will be extended for not just the next 10 months, it'll be extended for the next century because there's so much more that we have to discuss in this country. And it's uncomfortable at times to talk about the misogyny we also see. I'm a black woman. I am a black female. So I get racism as well as sexism. I understand the overlapping discrimination that exists in this society, the misogyny. And so, my friends, we have to have a very deliberate conversation about these issues and not just be content to say, I endorse, I back, I support. I told Dr. West in the back, I said, you know, once upon a time, I jumped on a whole bunch of horses. I galloped and rode all along, 46 states for John Kerry, 4 more. I would have been Miss USA without the bikini. And yet, I'm a superdelegate. I don't wear a cape. I don't drive a Batmobile. I can't hear the sound of a pin drop from miles away, and God knows I don't think anyone wants to see me in spandex, but probably Brother Gregory. Thank you for that, baby. Sugar. And spandex and some spicy gumbo later, me, you, and Lil. I'm like Lil. Ain't no diamond going on without me, too. But this is a serious election. I'm not going back out there and saying vote for this person or vote for that person because they're a Democrat. I'm tired of being labeled and boxed in because of something that happened 10 years ago or 20 years ago. And so this election season, my friends, this is really about Katrina and Rita and a region still suffering. I thank you, Tavis, for bringing this conference here so that we put the spotlight back where it should be. Rebuilding of our great region and this wonderful city that has brought us so much. Thank you, Tavis, for allowing me to come
Oh, Donna,
home.
thank you. You're too kind. Donna Brazil. Coming up next on the 9th Annual State of the Black Union.
Then I got some serious questions. Have you and your wife and your daughter ever been standing on a street corner in New York and a cab passed you by because you was black president? Huh?
We continue on the 9th Annual State of the Black Union. How do you see Black America in this moment with a critical choice that we're going to have to make later on this year? Tell me what you see this choice being later on this year.
Well, I appreciate being here. I don't know about you folks, but I've just been blown away by what I've heard and felt from this panel. It is a reflection of who we are. It is a reflection of what we will be. And I think, let's get it out of the way, I'm the Republican on the panel. So I'm just here to fill in any gaps that may exist. But I'm the son of a sharecropper's daughter who was raised in South Carolina and got a 5th grade education. That was it, because she had to go work the cotton fields. She moved to Washington, D.C. in 1942. She married a man a few years later who was a nice man at the time, but he was an alcoholic, and he beat her every day until he died at 36 years old. I noticed that. I was going to say, look, Republicans start speaking, cut the mic.
Our conversation on the 9th Annual State of the Black Union continues.
I want to say this quickly. We must understand how we heal at the end is to have a fair process. What is disturbing to me is for them to change the process on the way to who is nominated. And what I'm saying is that for us to have someone in our community that is global, that is not just for our community, that speaks to the worldview and has been eloquent on all issues, not just blacks, went to Harvard, was the first to head that law journal, then was elected to the state senate, then was elected to the U.S. Senate, played by the rules, and started winning. And now you get down the road and go change the rules by talking about seating Michigan and seating Florida and super delegates. That is what is the problem. It's not a problem of us winning or losing. We've had to win or lose all our lives. But don't change the rules when we start winning, because then you're not winning. You're stacking the deck. And we are not going to let that happen. Wait a minute.
That's true. That's true.
Some of us that sat on the sidelines neutral will not be quiet if you stack the deck or if you reduce our aspirations to something less than fair. That is not right, and we will not be quiet in the face of it.
Thank you, Reverend Al. Our conversation on the 9th Annual State of the Black Union continues.
I wish Bill Clinton was here, so I would apologize to him for you black folks. Now, I mean that. See, you black folks tricked him. You went in that big old black pot and said, here, white boy, you black. Huh? And then you went back in that black pot and said, here, Obama, you ain't black enough. What kind of fool is you? Huh? What kind of fool is you? Huh? You, the Ku Klux Klan did not say Obama too white. You did. And so if Bill was here, I said, Bill, I'm going to apologize to you. Because black folks not only told you, but tricked you. See, I have a son, a chiropractor now, Christian. He's 8 years old. He came to me crying. He said, Dad, my brothers and sisters is laughing at me. I said, why? He said, well, I built me one of these castles, and I make like it's my house. And do you see anything wrong with that? I said, well, how old are you, boy? He said, 8 years old. I said, no, there's nothing wrong with that until you start using it as your address. So I tell Bill Clinton, ain't nothing wrong with being black as long as you're playing. But when you try to use it as your address, when you try to use it as your address, then I got some serious questions. Have you and your wife and your daughter ever been standing on a street corner in New York and a cab passed you by because you the black president? Huh? Huh? Have you ever had Chelsea pulled over by the white police because her daddy's the black president? Mr. President, do you know what it feels like to be a black person? To be a Congress lady? Huh? To be a lieutenant governor with 12 doctor's degree and driving down the street and hear the police siren and you start squeezing that steering wheel tight and they pass by you and you think,